Hello guys, in this video we are going to learn about random numbers. So we are basically producing random numbers by using math class, which we have learned in our previous videos. So let's start. So if I put math.random, this will generate a number between 0 and 1. But the catch is that number, let's say x, this thing generates a number x, random number, and let's make it capital X. This is okay more than or equals to 0 but less than 1. So what I mean is that this x can be 0 but cannot be 1, and x can be in between those two values. So x can be 0. Let's say 2, 3, 8, 6, 5. It's possible. So when I put the syntax, it generates a random number which is more than or equals to 0 but less than 1. Let's say we generated a number. What are we gonna do? Let's assign it to another number. So let a equals this. In this case, in here we generate a number, and then we take that number and assign it to a. Okay, now let's print out a console.log a. When I save it, it generated a random number like this, 0.912830. It's just random. If I refresh the page, the number changes. Now we are gonna play with this random number. So what if I want this number to be in between 0 and 10? 0 included, 10 excluded. So if I put multiplied by 10, what are we gonna get? We are gonna get a number in between 0 and 10, and our number will be more than or equals to 0 but less than 10 because we multiplied by this number. So if I add 1 to it, we are gonna get a number in between 1 and 11. Our number can be 1 but cannot be 11. So this is important. This is just pure math and you need to know about it. So it's actually have a symbol in math. I'm not sure whether you have seen it, but we show it like this. So we have two different parentheses. When we use the math object, we mean that this. So what this means is that our number is in between 0 and 1, 0 included, because this parentheses has corners and this doesn't. So this means our number can be 0 but cannot be 1 because this parentheses do not have any corners. So this is a property that we use in math. So what if I multiply it by 10? Then our number becomes something like this: 0, 10. So as you can see, when we multiply it by 10, we get this one. What does this mean? This means that our number can be 0 but cannot be 10 because we don't have any corners in this parentheses, and it can be any number in between. If we add 1 to it, then we get 0, 11. Oops, this should be 1, 11. I think you get the point. So in this way you can determine what your outcome will be. So what if we want this to be a whole number? So what if we don't want any decimal places? In this case, we are going to use another math function, which is math.floor, and I'm going to floor this statement. The reason why I didn't do this is that, let me show you. Math.floor, math.random, multiplied by 10 plus 1. So this and this, as you can see, are different. But why? Because in our first example, we floor a random variable that's in between 0 and 1. So when you floor a variable that's in between 0 and 1, you are gonna get 0. When you multiply it by 10, you are gonna get 0. When you add 1 to it, you are gonna get 1. But in our correct example, we are flooring, okay, math.floor, we are flooring this statement itself. What is this statement? The statement means that math.random multiplied by 10. So what are we flooring? We are flooring this second thing, right? Because math.random generates something like this, 0 and 1 in between. We multiply it by 10, we get this 0 and 10, 0 included, 10 excluded. When we floor it, then we get something like this. So let me show you. So it can be 0, it can be 9. Then when we add 1 to it, we get 1 to 10. As you can see, in this line, we have cornered parentheses in both sides, which means that now our number can be 0 and 9. And the catch is that it can't have any decimal places. Why? Because we use the floor function. Remember, the floor function removes the decimal places of a number. In this case, we are getting a number in between 0 and 9. The numbers should not contain any decimal places. Then we add 1 to it. So we are getting a number in between 1 and 10. And we are done. So when I save it, we get 3. Save it, we get 1. Save it, we get 10. As you can see, we got 10. We are not going to get an 11. As you can see, we are not going to get 0. Okay, so if you want, just practice it more. Try different combinations, try other types of stuff. And please learn these random numbers carefully, because they are really important. And they are actually essential too, so you might need to use them a lot in your code. So that's it for this video. If you have any question, please leave a comment and have a great time.